What's up, Pokemon trading card game fans? Welcome to episode 23 of the Special Conditions podcast, where our love for Pokemon and collecting collide. Today is January 27th, 2020. I'm one of your hosts, Adam Tuttle, joined by my co-host, Josh Brown. What's going on?
What's up, Adam? How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing a lot better.
Yeah?
I just saw Bad Boys Forever.
Bad boys, bad boys.
What you gonna do? Yeah, no, it was so good.
Good.
There's a lot of laughs.
As good as Bad Boys 2?
Better.
Okay. Excellent. Bad Boys 2 is a high bar to live up to, so.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So it actually is really good. I'm glad I went and saw it.
Good. Oh,
but yeah,
glad to be here talking Pokemon with you.
No, I know. That's I'm so excited. Seeing the overwhelming amounts of posts from like on Instagram that are just pre-releases and
right.
Sword and Shields is out, and it's been awesome just seeing all the cards. I personally haven't gotten any because I haven't been able to get to a pre-release, but seeing them,
yes,
super
just
cool.
Knowing they're out there we're so close, man. We're so close.
So close.
Yeah.
But on today's show, we're going to talk about our pickups of the week. Mm-hmm. Josh has got another question, I'm sure of it.
Oh, you know.
And then the card of the week this week is going to be Phione from Cosmic Eclipse.
Mm-hmm.
And you were like singing
Phione.
Phione, yeah.
Okay.
You were like pronouncing it all weirdly before the show. He's like Phione.
Yeah, that's Pokemon for you, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
you gotta pronounce them.
It's not a true Pokemon if you can't pronounce it incorrectly.
Exactly. Yeah. Or if somebody fights you on it because no, it's pronounced Phione. It's like Fios. It's Phione.
Mewtwo.
It's Pahihon. Pihihon.
Pikachu.
All right. So we'll start with our pickups of the week.
Yes.
So like I said, I don't physically have any Sword and Shield packs in front of me, but I did pre-order a booster box.
Ooh.
So that should be arriving shortly.
Are you going to get an Elite Trainer box as well?
I want both of them.
Yeah.
Because and I think it's like the best marketing when they have two different Elite Trainer boxes.
Wait, hold on.
Just kind of like...
So there is two different ones?
Correct. Oh. There's a shield and a sword.
Of course there is.
There's like a blue and a red one.
Pokemon, of course. Why would I think that they wouldn't do that? That's so silly.
Well, they did it for Sun and Moon, so I only assumed.
Sure. Because one's red with blue box, and the other one's blue with red box, right?
Correct. Yep. Yeah, they look stunning.
Contents are the same, though?
Contents are not the same. The dice and the sleeves should be different.
Oh, to match the corresponding... Yeah, of course.
Yeah, or just the sleeves. But I'm pretty sure it's the dice too, but somebody out there correct me if I'm wrong.
Well, that'll be fun. So
yeah.
2 different boxes, so you get in both boxes then?
I will be. I'm only getting one box.
Sure. You're starting with the booster box?
Yeah. I think that's the safest way to go, so then like, kind of you have a base of the certain cards that you might need. Like you should have like 3 or 4 copies of, all the common cards. And that's essentially what I want.
Okay. I feel you. I get it. Yeah, those are 2 different boxes. I'm looking at the picture now. Those are beautiful. Are those 40 or are they going to be 50?
I think they're 40.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't imagine them being any more than that.
Yeah. Because
they're not like special, like Shining Legends or
they do come
Hidden
with
Fates.
8 packs, so instead of 10. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Cool.
Did you pick up anything?
Well, Adam, no.
Or do you have the remnants of the Hidden Fates 10 left for us?
From last week?
Yeah. Or did you just open that?
I did open them, and I forgot what I got. Hold on 1 second. Let me... what in the world did I get? I don't remember what I got, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Nothing. I had... Sorry, I sneezed. Wow. On the show, I had that pull with the birds and some shiny, the Quagsire.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't think I got anything else spectacular out of the other packs, so nothing to report home about. I did not go into any pre-release party events. I know. I wanted to.
I was hoping you would.
I know, but we had softball tournament all weekend and some other issues that came up, and it was just it was not a good weekend for doing extracurricular things, unfortunately. So there's that. I missed out, but those pre-release boxes, are those like available to purchase at any time after the fact?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, shops. Like local stores should have them available after their pre-releases.
Okay, for whatever they didn't get rid of on their launch party thing?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
So if you have a local store that already did their pre-release, check it out.
Sure. I only mention that because I know there's some of the holos that you could get in those packs, and they have like the Sword and Shield logo on them.
Yes. Yep.
And that kind of bums me out that that's the only way to get those.
No, I know. So, I mean, let's work together.
Yeah.
If I get one that you need and you get one that I need.
Right. So, okay.
And depending on how like awesome those cards are in the new standard format, could alter the price of them. Like, remember when Jirachi came out? And Jirachis from the pre-release ones are like, $30 or $40.
Right.
Now the majority of them is about 20, but
well, yeah. Well, I might have to look into that because seeing those, I kind of got bummed. I was like, well, get what you pay for, I guess. I also just realized looking at this website, the Alolan Sand/GX box is out.
Yep.
I saw that in stores, but in my head, I thought it was an older box with older packs in it. I didn't even think twice about it. But it's totally
not Sword and Shield packs, but it is Cosmic Eclipse.
Right,
I think Unified Minds and then Steam Siege.
Yeah.
So I was just like, if it wasn't Steam Siege.
Right. It just in my head, like sometimes like my targets will get like old boxes of old, sets from like, 3 years ago, and they just throw them out there because they're trying to get rid of their inventory. So when I think I saw that on the shelf, I just assumed it was an older one. But
yeah, I think it's the last like promo from Sun and Moon.
That's what it looks like. So might have to go back and figure that out here. But all that being said, Adam, I did get another 10 of Hidden Fates.
You got another 10?
Yeah, I was going to buy just a booster pack for tonight's show, and I planned it poorly. I didn't have enough time, and they didn't have any booster packs of anything at all. So I was like, you know what? There's a 10 of Hidden Fates sitting right here looking at me. I might as well pick that up.
Is it another Gyarados?
It's Raichu this time.
Oh,
yeah.
All right.
So I'm going to open a pack tonight. Save a little bit of time here. I'm going to let you pick which pack I'm going to open, Adam.
Mewtwo.
Me too. How'd you know I had all 4 arts?
Well, I was just guessing, but
you guessed correctly, my friends. Adam, in 2 weeks, we'll probably be opening Sword and Shield packs on this show.
Yes, we will.
So the era of Hidden Fates might be coming to an end. I mean, let's be real. I'll never stop opening Hidden Fates, but let's see what's in this. Man, this pack is hard to open.
Yeah, because I might be getting my box on like the 3rd.
Ooh.
So it should be arriving at
so
like
we
a
might
day
have
or
it
two.
Next week?
Yeah, for the next podcast.
Why are you getting it early?
Well, technically the set's already being sold.
Oh, so I guess it doesn't matter.
Because pre-releases are going on, so I mean...
Sure. Yes, that makes sense.
And I'm sure Walmart will break the street date like always.
Are they known for that?
Yep.
Sweet. Okay.
Them or Target, somebody.
Well, the moment
somebody will do it.
Get information that they're out there, let me know.
I will. And I'll be sure to share it on our channels.
I mean, let me know first.
Okay.
All right, I have a code card here. P9TX6WMXK7CGZ. Code card. Good luck, everyone. What do we have in this pack? We have Fighting, Pokemon Center Lady, Sabrina's Suggestion, Scyther, Ekans, Voltorb, Geodude, Pikachu, Clefairy. We have a shiny, Adam.
We have a shiny. Is it a GX?
No, it's not. Sorry.
Is it a Garchomp?
It's not. It is.
What is it?
A shiny Seviper.
Ooh, that's a nice one.
And a Bill's Analysis to end. So, not bad. I will always take a shiny. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, honestly, that's so cool. Like, shiny Seviper just in Pokemon Go is like something that I really want to.
Yeah. I don't understand this artwork though. It doesn't look like it's the shiny that I'm used to seeing.
Yeah, it's
strange.
Some of them don't pop as much as they should.
Right. But anyway, shiny is a Viper. Hand fights. That's what we do here, folks. So that's my pickup of the week, Adam.
All right.
Yeah.
And then we'll move to the next section because we pulled the shiny.
Right.
We talked about Sword and Shield. What's your next question of the week?
I'm going to switch it up a little bit, Adam. I'm not going to ask you a question. I'm going to read you a news story, and I'm going to let you comment on it how you see fit.
Okay.
Because, how often does the Pokemon TCG get news stories written about it, Nowadays, it's all about
not too often.
Sword Shield coming out and Fairy type getting, axed and all this good stuff. But I found a heartwarming story that I thought you might enjoy. A Pokemon fan, this is from Game Rant. I've seen it on a few other sites as well, but this is the article I'm pulling from. GameRant.com. Go over there, check it out. A Pokemon fan named Caroline has shared a story of her mom's meteoric rise in Pokemon trading card game tournament. Caroline's mom, named Pam, had learned to play the Pokemon TCG that same day and then stunned everyone by managing to make it to the top 8 finalists. Pam, who had come to watch her daughter play the Pokemon trading card game, decided that since the rules were relatively simple, she might as well entertain herself in the meantime by also participating in the tournament. After being taught how to play the game and flip a coin properly, the student surpassed the master, with Pam defeating her own daughter Caroline in a match. Many people likely remember the Pokemon card game as those trading cards they begged their parents for that just so happened to also have a game that could be played for using them. For those who went through the process of learning the rules of the TCG, however, a rich strategic experience with a strong community awaited. Those who became invested in the game may very well have wished that their parents could understand what made it so special to them. Here, that dream was not only realized, but the parent ascended beyond anyone's expectations. All the while, as Pam defeated her opponents one by one, rising to the top ranks of the tournament, she was reportedly mispronouncing the Pokemon's names, referring to Raichu as Rikachuchu or Saladin as just Sizzle. Along with the glory of victory, Pam also received a variety of rare cards, many of which are Pokemon from the recent Sword and Shield, which will hopefully help to bolster her deck, growing it even more powerful. Aside from presumably having an interest in the Pokemon TCG now, Pam also has interest in art and nature photography that may explain part of the game's intrigue for her, as she praised Pokemon's art direction as part of what made the game enjoyable. As of now, Pam may attend more tournaments in the future, as she has a standing invitation from tournament host Core TCG. To quote the card master herself while holding a photograph of VMAX Snorlax she won, quote, "This card is the death card and it will wipe you out." And really, that's all anyone needs to know about Pokemon TCG. Thoughts, Adam?
Wait, what? so she won Sword and Shield packs,
Yeah.
or just that card? Like, what kind of tournament was this?
I-
There's so many details that are left out. Is this just a tournament for fun?
No. I mean, I did.
Is it a
seem like
pre-release tournament?
I kind of, that's what I got.
Because that's what I would assume.
That's kind of what it sounded like.
Because they said she won the Snorlax. So,
Yeah.
like, at the end, you get your prize packs.
Maybe they had prizes for winning.
Well, that's the thing. They're not supposed to do that anymore. So, like,
Let's see here.
it's strange. There's
okay,
just so
here's-
many details left out. I mean, I'm excited. This is like an enjoyable story. It's nice to hear.
Okay, here's some more information from IGN. Caroline invited her mother Pam, to join her weekend Pokemon tournament at Core TCG in Pasadena, California. A pre-release for the new Sword and Shield set. Pam
Okay, so it's a pre-release.
Yeah. Pam sheepishly asked her daughter if it was okay for her to watch the Pokemon tournament, but Caroline went further and taught her how to play so she could be part of the competition. They were pitting each other in the third round of the tournament. She continued to do well to finish in the top 8. The tournament had over 40 competitors.
Okay, so it was a pre-release.
Yes.
So it doesn't. So the rankings technically don't matter. They're just for, I guess, bragging rights.
Right.
That you did well in a pre-release.
Sure.
But if you basically get a Pokemon V, or if you're lucky enough to get a V and a VMAX card that like evolves into it, like if you got the Lapras and the Lapras VMAX,
Mm-hmm.
you basically, as long as you can search for those cards, like you pretty much win.
Right.
Because there's just too much hit points and there's not enough cards in the set to be able to take stuff like that down.
Sure.
So essentially, I don't know the other factors, like what the deck list was, if she pulled anything good from the pre-release box, the packs that she got at the beginning. Not to discount in any way, but it's one of those that it's a very luck-based tournament.
Yes.
They give you like the structure pack that comes with it,
Right.
so everybody's basically on the same playing field.
Right.
And then again, if you got a VMAX card, you're at a higher advantage.
Right. But how cool is it for this mom just to be like, yeah, I'm just gonna play.
No, that's super cool, and that happens a lot more than people think.
Yeah.
Especially when there's like, for me, I wish my parents would like help out or play, like, because it's a pre-release. It's the only time to get those cards before anybody else does.
Right.
So if your parent played, and I've seen this like as like me going to tournaments, like, you know, younger kids will have their parents play, and their parents are like, oh, here's all the cards.
Sure.
So essentially, they're getting twice the amount of cards.
Right.
So I mean, it's great. It's a lot of fun. This is why pre-releases are awesome, because anybody can just jump in.
Right. Yeah, it looks like they were giving away booster packs to top people
Okay.
in the tournament. Because there's a picture of her holding like a whole handful of booster packs at the end.
Oh, well, that's cool.
Yeah, which was probably just the shop itself doing that.
Well, I'm gonna have to go to that shop.
Anyway, I thought it was just a fun little story. You know, I'm sure there's a lot of unfortunate negativity in the community, because every community has that sort of thing. But I think it's important this day and age to highlight the positive, warm-hearted stories more and more, instead of looking at the negative side of things. So, yeah. I don't know, man. It's just It's fun, and like it gives me hope that like maybe one day.
Yeah. See, you think it's going to be awkward for you, but like people are so inviting to these events.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
this is why I'm like, you should go. You should go. You should go.
Yeah, I know.
Take Val with you. You both get to open up packs.
Yeah, she would probably really dig it, actually. And
yeah.
She's a social butterfly, so she might actually do really well at that sort of thing.
Ah. There you go. Boom. It's a date.
Boom. There it is. Okay. That was my quote-unquote question of the week, Adam.
Well, thank you for bringing us that. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And so, just before we move on, a little housekeeping real quick. This podcast is powered by Patreon. You can check ours out at patreon.com/PokemonProfessor, where you can support this show for as little as $1 a month. That $1 will get you access to our Patreon exclusive Discord, which is a fantastic place filled with fantastic people. And if Patreon isn't your thing, there are a few other ways you can help us out. If you're listening to us on YouTube, you can subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you're listening to us via podcast service like Apple Podcasts or Stitcher or Spotify, anything like that, you can take a moment to leave us a review. Thank you for that.
It would help us out a lot.
Yes. And so, Josh, I've got a card that I want to talk about.
Yes.
It's going to be our card of the week.
Yes, it is.
And I know I talked about it a little bit at the beginning. But Phione.
Mm-hmm.
It is a rare from Cosmic Eclipse. It has 70 hit points. It has a 1 energy water attack that says Rain Splash, and it does 10 damage.
Yeah. So it makes me wonder why this is your card of the week.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like a good card.
No, not at all.
And I mean, realistically, it's not. But then it's got this really cool, unique ability called Whirlpool Suction.
Okay.
It says, once during your turn, before you attack, if this Pokemon is on your bench, you may have your opponent switch their active Pokemon with one of their bench Pokemon. If you do, discard all cards attached to this Pokemon and put it at the bottom of your deck.
Oh. Interesting.
So what this means is you can constantly be, manipulating the board state. And now why I bring this card up is Pokemon V are not GX Pokemon.
Okay.
Therefore, you're going to need ways to work around dealing with Pokemon Vs.
Okay.
So if there's a V on the bench and you can't Great Catcher it out, you're going to have to opt to switch to custom catchers or use card like Phione to get it to come out and play, essentially.
Right.
And it's one of those cards where you can search for it. With the new Quick Ball that's coming out, you just discard a card, search your deck for basic Pokemon.
And this counts
and then
as a
boom.
basic. Okay, yes.
Exactly. You play the Phione down, you use it, and you just put it back at the bottom of your deck. So it's a searchable Pokemon that allows you to just manipulate the board state.
Interesting. Man, you could mess up somebody's strategy real hard with something like that.
Exactly. And that's pretty much all there is really to say about it.
Right.
But it's just a fantastic card that even if it went to the discard, you can use Lana's Fishing Rod, shuffle it back in, search for it, and then start the process all over again.
Right. Especially, it could be on your bench and you get to do this. It doesn't have to be your active Pokemon.
Correct.
Which is important. Because then you can
But if it is your active Pokemon,
doing damage.
But that's the beauty of it. If it is your active Pokemon, and you normally start with, I don't know, any tag team Pokemon, you normally start with one of those.
Yeah.
That's your active. Turn 1, you attach, pass. It's their turn. They don't knock it out. Next turn, it's like a free retreat because basically you just use Whirlpool Suction, throw it back underneath, and then boom, you've got your new active Pokemon.
Right. Huh. That's so cool.
And it's also a scare tactic too, because you could just leave it on the bench.
Right. No.
And they're forced to have to custom catcher it out or target that with bench damage or something to get it out.
Right, because they'll see that and know that that switcheroo could come at any turn.
Right. Or, you just play it down and it happens.
Yeah. Oh, man. I could see people getting very frustrated having to deal with that card.
But I think this is going to be a one of in most decks moving forward.
You think so? Yes,
because you're going to have a way around Pokemon V.
Right.
And I think this is it. This in conjunction with custom catchers, I think is the way to go.
So does this mean that you'd be playing a water deck to have this one, or?
Nope. That's the beauty. You don't need to attack with it.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
The water has nothing to do with anything, really.
Right.
It's just the ability that makes it so good.
So good.
And I think it's one of those it's overlooked. Like, I probably have like 10 of them.
Right.
Like, in all the Cosmic Eclipse that I've opened.
Yeah. And you'd never have cards attached to it, especially if you're not playing a water deck, so you'd never have anything on it.
Right. But if you needed, if you needed to dump cards out of your hand, you could just throw them there and then get them off the board as well.
Right. Interesting, Adam.
Hey, that's what I try to do. I try to bring interesting cards and stuff to the table.
I like it a lot.
But yeah, this is going to be something I see in a lot of decks moving forward. And if not, and I was wrong, oh well.
You tried.
But I truly believe like this is going to be a good card.
Are you going to add it to your dark deck?
I think so.
Nice.
Because right now I just kind of switched over some cards. Now I'm playing 4 custom catchers, so it's like, because I can't play the 2 great catchers because Pokemon V are going to be around.
Right.
So, how do I go after those guys?
This might be the way. Well, you'll have to keep us posted on how that performs.
I will. I mean, obviously I have to go to a tournament first, but...
Right.
I haven't been to one.
Or if you see chatter online.
In a week.
It becoming a popular card or whatever.
And I just think it's one of those cards that if people aren't ready for it, and you catch people off guard, like, their whole strategy gets ruined.
Right.
Because they're like, oh, I've got a Pokemon V on the bench, and my active's a Jirachi. Like, you can't do anything to me. And then you're like, search, Phione, move him up, and then I'll attack you.
Yeah. And like you said, like, I think the best part about it is that it's, to most people, it's such a junk card that, like, it's completely overlooked as being important in any way.
Right.
Until now.
Phione, Manaphy's baby form.
Oh, is that what it is?
I think so. I just, I'm like saying that, and as I'm saying, I'm like, I don't know if it is. I'm pretty sure it is.
No, I'll take a word for it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it is.
Okay, I believe you.
I hope it is. If not,
right in
the internet gets to attack me.
Yeah.
I know about cards, not the actual Pokemon and the lore.
Right.
But yes, if you're not playing Phione in your deck, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
It's one card, and it will probably save you in many more games, and it'll get you out of a lot of tricky spots.
Right.
Even if it's just to stall for a turn and force them to push something different out. Because I can almost guarantee you're going to see a lot of things that have the V Pokemon, but with Jirachi starts. So if you can push that Jirachi out of there,
boom,
you'll be okay.
Heck yeah. All right.
And Josh, we got some emails.
Yeah, we do.
And we got some good ones.
I'm excited.
Do you want to read the first one?
Sure. I will gladly read the first one, Adam. This one is from Alolan Dig Dug.
Yeah, and he's wrote in before, so this is awesome.
Yes.
We appreciate the continued communication with us.
Yeah, we haven't scared you off yet, so we love it. Alolan Dig Dug writes, you guys want feedback? I got feedback for you. I enjoyed the Soul interview quite a bit, as did my son, age 9. We were interested in knowing what exactly constitutes a pack battle, so it was nice that at the end of the interview, you guys had a battle so we could get an idea for what it was like. I tried to check out PSPN, but it doesn't seem to be on Spotify. Hopefully Saul gets his podcast out there. I'm interested to check it out. I think your podcast has to be active for a certain amount of time before it will be approved by Spotify. I think that's the issue, so I'm sure it will be there.
Yeah, everything should be back up there. I've seen him post a bunch of times recently that, all those episodes are up on Spotify, so yeah. check back.
There's a little waiting period for podcasts. Spotify just wants to make sure it's worth their time and energy to host it, essentially. So it should be there now, so go check it out. Continues, the tournament recaps are also good stuff, especially because the 2 decks I play most are Dark Box and Quagnag, which is getting the Blastoise Piplup update tonight. Keep up the good work. I hope to see the noise and hardcore fish on PTCGO one of these days.
Yeah, I know. I've been trying to get on there.
So, what's the Blastoise Piplup update, Adam?
So that is, you play Silvally to draw cards, and you play Quagsire to be the energy mover, and then you play Blastoise Piplup, and then you have the red and blue tag team to discard 2, evolve into Silvally, attach 2 waters to it, and then move those waters to your active Blastoise Piplup.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, it's just a different take on Dark Box. It's like Water Box.
Sure.
Just, yeah.
Okay.
It feels the same.
Gotcha.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, I trust you. You knew what he was talking about, so it must be a thing.
Yeah, no, and that's why it's like awesome. Yeah. I knew exactly what he was talking about.
Perfect.
Okay, and so thank you for writing in. Absolutely. And then we've got another message from Scott from Australia.
Oh, hey.
He says, "Hey, you fellas. Just wanted to show my support for the podcast. A solid effort so far. I've always been curious about the Pokemon card game, and I'm always picking up Pokemon-related merch, etc. But a few months ago, I really started getting into the PTCGO, and then bought a couple of theme decks, and my 8-year-old daughter and I now are really enjoying everything PTCG and PTCGO. My daughter drives a mean torrential cannon deck, and as well as logging hundreds of PTCGO games. I'm currently tweaking a deck to play against other actual humans at a local game store, based on the Ultra Necrozma GX Arena deck.
Okay.
Or the Arena box, right. The one that we've talked about multiple times. Yep. He says, love getting that Malamar Giratina train rolling, which is essentially they knock out the Giratina, you just bring it back from the discard, put 2 damage counters, use Malamar, power it up, and bring it active. Boom.
Right.
And he says, over the past 2 to 3 weeks, I've listened to every one of your episodes back to back at work. The balance of Adam's expertise and knowledge sharing, looking for that edge to get back on the podium combined with Josh's interest at the ground level has worked perfectly for me. I definitely don't know 100th of what Adam knows, but I might know a little more than Josh. But the questions are always relevant because there's always something to learn or something to add to your own playstyle. He continues to say, so thanks for the wisdom and laughs and company during my less than exciting work days, but I don't thank you for the cards I'm spending my hard-earned money on because of your extreme enthusiasm. And then he says, I can't stay angry at you guys. Thank you. Keep the good times coming.
Good, because we weren't going to apologize, Scott from Australia.
Thank you so much for writing in.
No, absolutely. That's awesome. And I suspect most people listening to the show know a little bit more about everything than I do, so that's what's good about it.
Yeah, but you're learning.
I'm getting there, Adam. I'm getting there.
I feel like the 2020 recap was or the 2019 recap was like a solid episode because that was like a challenge because you had to like know everything that we talked about.
I think it surprised you how much I retained.
It did.
Yeah,
it did.
Yeah.
I kind of my mind was blown.
Man, I love that people enjoy what we do here.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. It's just like, I don't know, it fills my heart with joy.
It's such a stupid little show, but
it's like,
I love it.
Yeah, and it's like we just try to jump in and, kind of have a little conversation.
Yeah.
Talk about some cards, talk about what we love, Cardboard.
Ultimately, it's mainly you just, like, wanting to, like, just word vomit about tournament play and card decks, and me just bragging about cool cards that I find.
Yeah, I'd say that's the show down to a T.
It works well. It's fantastic.
It does. But if you guys want to be like Scott from Australia or a Lowland Dig Doug, please email us at specialconditionstcg@gmail.com. You can leave us a voicemail, text us a picture. You can just text us. I know I did get some text messages, so I definitely responded.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Oh, Adam, I forgot.
Well, hold on. That number is 732-835-8639. And then what's up?
Oh, I knew you were going to do the number, but then I also know that you get into, like, the role of, like, finishing the episode, and I didn't want to, like, cut you off at the very end. But my daughter, this last weekend, she was telling me about so she's in 5th grade, and at their elementary school, the 5th graders have, like, a kindergartner buddy, so that the kindergartners feel better about being at this big school for the first time, and it gives the 5th graders something to feel important about, as they're getting ready to transition into middle school and whatnot.
That's awesome.
But she was saying how her buddy, this little kindergartner dude, loves Pokemon, and had got, like, some Hidden Fate packs for, like, Christmas or something. So, like, he had brought them to school to, like, show her, and she was like, oh my god, like, my dad is opening those same packs, like, he has all these cards too, and, like, they were talking about all the cool cards, and so I'm going to be making up, like, a little gift pack of, like, because I have, like, so many of these stupid extra cards that I'm just sitting around doing nothing with, so I'm going to build, like, this cool little gift pack of Hidden Fates cards so she could give them.
Oh,
hook them up.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, I don't know what his situation's like. I don't know how many cards he has or what kind of collection he has, but I'm like, man, that'd be cool as a kindergartner just to have, like, your big 5th grade buddy, like, bring you all these Pokemon cards. So,
yep. Yeah.
So,
no, that would be awesome.
That's one thing I'm going to be doing with all these extra cards just sitting around. So, I thought
that's fantastic.
That.
Yeah. I'm glad you shared that.
Yeah. So,
well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm like, that. Kindness matters, people.
Goes a long way, folks.
Yes,
Yeah.
And you guys writing in is the best form of kindness. So awesome show. Thank you guys for listening to us. We're 23 episodes in, and we're still going strong. So if there's something that you guys want us to discuss, please write in and just shoot us an email just saying, hey, discuss this.
Yep.
I want to hear this. I want to hear that. Like, Josh can only ask me so many questions. So if anybody out there has any other questions that they'd like answered, please write in, let us know. Yeah, and we appreciate you guys.
Yep.
Thanks so much for listening. And remember, if you're affected by a special condition, don't forget to use a full heal. Bye, trainers.
Good night.